So this is the entrance to my classroom. So right in here, I do have some sanitizer wipes. Sometimes students like to come in and wipe down their tables. I have Kleenex for them, and then we have a hand sanitizer dispenser there. And as they walk in, so you'll see these art boards that we have. Second semester we do start painting, so before we start painting I actually assigned a number to each student, so they're all down here. So each student gets assigned a board, and then this is where they can tape their work and then just store it here to dry. And then as they walk in this way, they'll usually have a seat at their table, and then they'll read the screen that I have here. So this is where I show any videos, any demos, but usually when students come in, I always have posted what they need to work on for today or the supplies that they're gonna need. I always put the due date at the bottom. And then if we did have an assignment that they have to turn in, then before students leave, they can turn in their work in these bins right here. So some of the bins do have work in them right now, so stuff that I need to grade, right? We're learning about body proportions and gesture drawing, so those are just some practices. I also have a calendar up here. It's very useful to me. I'm always looking to see what day is it. It's also helpful for the kids, and it's also in English and in Spanish. I try to post all our bulletins, information of stuff that's going around the school. So like schedule for sports, our tutoring schedule, meetings. I think I need to replace that. That's a little bit old. And then counselors, so who they need to contact depending on their grade. And then if students are absent and they missed anything, then I usually put it in these folders. So if it's like notes and stuff like this, right, and they weren't here, I'll just leave it inside of the folder. And then if they were absent, I'll just ask them to check the folder. And then a lot of the times everything's posted on Schoology, and they can just go on there. Over to this whiteboard, I don't use it a whole lot. I feel like I should. Sometimes I will write rubrics or instructions for things that we're working on. Right now I just have vocabulary that we are currently using. We're learning gesture drawing and figure drawing and body proportion. So I have those up there. And then over on this side, I have all of our supplies, right? So sometimes we use markers, have glue sticks, our rulers. If anyone has any suggestions for better rulers, sometimes the little metal piece starts to come out, and then they're very flimsy. Some of them already broke. So far, the best ones that I found are these, especially for students that struggle like holding down the ruler and keeping it straight. This is very helpful for them to like grab onto. Sometimes these can be a little bit harder, right? And they'll slide when they're drawing their line. So but I'm kind of worried that the lines will start to fade away with time. So if you have any suggestions for rulers, please let me know. I had my colored pencils in their original box, and they started getting very disorganized. So I just decided to put them in these caddies that I found at Target. They've worked pretty well so far. Let's see how long they stay organized. Over on this side, so this is by the exit door. This is where we have our hall pass, and I have students, well, our school policy is to have students sign out and then sign back in, just in case there's an emergency. We know who's out of the classroom. For this bulletin board, originally I wanted it to be for assignments that we've completed. That way, if students are absent, they can figure out what they missed. And at some point I stopped posting, so I think I need to work on that. Yeah, it's feeling very empty. And then I would like to also decorate the top of my classroom. I had to remove some of the posters there to make room for the new ACs, but I would really like to spend a little more time decorating over the summer. And then over on this side we have my sink. So all my paint supplies are not out yet, but usually I'll have the paint brushes and paint palettes all on that counter. And then I will fill up one of the sinks with laundry detergent, and then there's that blue bin over there. I have two. I'll fill those up with water and laundry detergent so that students can wash their paint palettes. It's a lot easier. And then this sink over here, I'll just fill up with clean water so that students can rinse. So we also have paper towel dispensers. So once they start painting, this will all be set up. And then over here is my desk, right? So from here I can see all my students, and then when I'm using the computer or projecting from here, I can see the screen. Before, I used to have the screen behind me, and it was just hard to see when it would accidentally disconnect, or if I was drawing like outside of the screen range. So this makes it a lot easier. I do need to use a stool just because my tables are really tall and it's hard to see all my students. So when I'm taking attendance, I do stand on that little stool there. And then this is where I do my demos, and I have my document reader here, so that's very helpful. I think this side needs organization. There's some storage there, and I also have some storage here behind me. I store my paint in there, but I'm not going to show you. It's really messy. And then over on this side, we have our storage. So each class period has a drawer, right? So we have periods 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is where students store their sketchbooks, right? So they have their sketchbooks, and then they also store their art folders. So we start working on bigger assignments. This is where they're gonna store their work so it doesn't get wrinkled. And I also like to play music in class, so I have a speaker on top of our air purifier, and then we also have a Chromebook charger. So I think I covered mostly everything. Again, I would like to decorate my classroom a little bit more. It does feel a little bit bare. But I hope you enjoyed the tour. So I hope that you enjoyed visiting my class, and I really look forward to seeing everybody else's classroom tour. Maybe I can get some ideas of what I would do a little bit different in my classroom. Thank you.